Hi there. My name is Erin Lohman. I'm a psychologist at the Wichita State University Counseling and Testing Center, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 life changes you can expect to have in college, along with providing tips for making these adjustments smoothly. So first, if you are transitioning to college right after high school, you'll likely experience a major shift in the amount of freedom and independence you'll have. You'll likely have more of a say in what your day-to-day life looks like, and you can anticipate having greater decision-making power than you did before. You will most likely find that decisions your parents and teachers used to make for you will now be your responsibility. You will begin to take charge of your day-to-day life. This can include decisions as small as deciding what time you'll get up, to things like deciding whether or not to finish your homework, what clubs or organizations to join, even decisions as big as choosing your major. While your newfound freedom may certainly be exciting, it also comes with added responsibilities. It can be overwhelming balancing so many choices, especially when you are used to having others around you to share your responsibilities with and help keep you on track. Here's the good news though. Learning to adjust to increased responsibility is a learning process. It often gets easier with time. Still, there are some general tips you can follow to help make this transition more manageable. First, keep a schedule and a to-do list. These tools will help you more effectively manage your schedule and changing life. Keep track of important assignments and tasks and give yourself a deadline. Finishing tasks ahead of time rather than procrastinating will help minimize stress. For additional tips on how to better manage your time, we encourage you to check out our video on time management, which can be found on Blackboard or on the Counseling and Testing Center's YouTube or Facebook pages. Our second tip is about taking your time. There are lots of choices you'll have to make throughout college, some small, some big. Take your time when making important decisions so that you can be sure that you are choosing things that are right for you. And avoid making decisions when you feel pressured or rushed. However, also be aware of how avoiding making decisions or avoiding your responsibilities can lead to consequences. Finally, if you find yourself being stretched too thin, ask someone for help. Turning to a friend or a family member can be a great support. Professional resources, such as the Counseling and Testing Center, are also available to students to help provide support and can assist students in more effectively managing their responsibilities if they're feeling overwhelmed. A second adjustment you'll probably have to make when starting college is adapting to differences in your academic experience. The academic experience of college can be a drastic change for students, whether they're coming to college for the first time or transferring from a community college. Compared to high school, there tends to be less structure in college. Classes aren't necessarily back-to-back, and many students find it difficult to work around their class schedules. Additionally, there's often less interaction between students and their instructors, and the workload and expectations of students is usually quite different from what students experienced in high school. Students are often expected to do a significant amount of work outside of the classroom, and grading policies tend to be stricter and more difficult. Instructors also tend to have different expectations for students. Students are expected to hold themselves accountable for completing assignments and knowing due dates. And because students are expected to manage their workload on their own, it can be easy to get behind or to feel overwhelmed. Although college can be overwhelming, there are several things students can do to help reduce academic stress. This first tip might seem obvious, but go to class. Attending class gives you a place to learn the material. By going to class, you'll get a sense of what to expect on exams, as well as get an idea of what your instructor is wanting in papers and other assignments. Class attendance may also be part of your total grade, but even if it's not, attending class can help you improve your overall class experience and can help make you be a more successful student. Staying on top of your assignments should also help minimize academic problems. Using the time management strategies discussed earlier in this video is one way to stay organized and keep yourself on track. It can be helpful to regularly check your syllabus throughout the semester. You might also consider keeping a planner or organizer. However, if you find that you are having difficulty in any one of your classes, consider using office hours so that you can talk with an instructor one-on-one. Attending office hours will give you an opportunity to speak with your instructor about any material you may be struggling with, and he or she may be able to provide specific recommendations to help you succeed. Additionally, we encourage students to utilize the many resources available on campus to help them. The Office of Student Success oversees a range of programs and services that aim to help students transition into their first year, as well as to help students improve academic performance and set goals for themselves. Students have access to free tutoring services for a variety of subjects, including math and writing. A full list of subject-specific tutoring resources can be found on the Office of Student Success's webpage. Another potential adjustment you'll probably have to make concerns your relationships. You'll have lots of opportunities to meet new people and make new friends in college. You'll likely get to know people through your classes, any clubs or groups you are involved in, and just being on campus in general. As you get more involved in classes and activities that you're interested in, you'll have the chance to interact with others who have passions and interests that are similar to yours. And such experiences offer the opportunity to develop lifelong friendships. It's an exciting time. While you'll have the opportunity to meet new people, many students find it can be difficult to maintain friendships they had prior to college. This might be due to distance or even just having different schedules. The same can be true about family. Students who have moved out or away from their families may experience homesickness and might need time to adjust to living on their own. Changes in romantic relationships also occur throughout college and can be an additional source of stress for many students. Even though you can expect to experience changes in your relationships throughout college, there are lots of ways to help make this transition easier. First, make an effort to develop a strong support system. Having people you can turn to when times are hard can make it easier to navigate challenges you might face. Your support system can be made of new and old friends. A great way to develop a solid support system is to connect with others on campus. So, make an effort to talk with people in your classes. If you live in a residence hall, get to know your roommates and other residents. Attend floor events. You might also consider joining a club or organization on campus. Wichita State has a variety of organizations that students can get involved in. There's sure to be something that sparks your interest. If you're looking for ideas, a list of all student organizations can be found on the Student Involvement's webpage. Third, make sure to put time and effort into maintaining the relationships you value, whether they are old or new. You can stay connected by having regular phone calls or keeping up with friends and family through social media. Last, we also want to note that it's okay for relationships to change, maybe even end. A big part of adulthood and the transition into college is that people change. Although change can be hard, try to remember that it's a natural part of life. A fourth change to anticipate concerns changes in how you see yourself and the world. Throughout your college experience, you'll learn new things and will interact with people of different backgrounds and cultures. You can expect such experiences to influence your worldview and change the way you see yourself, too. While expanding your worldview and discovering who you really are is awesome, it can also be pretty overwhelming and confusing. Students often experience a sense of uncertainty about what the future holds in regards to career, relationships, finances, and so on. This can sometimes lead students to experience anxiety, sadness, and frustration throughout this process. Because this can be a challenging time for many students, you might be wondering how you can successfully manage this transition. So, here are some tips. First, don't be afraid to try new things. It will help you figure out what you like and what you don't like. Next, try to keep an open mind when you are exposed to new ideas or information, since doing so will enhance your college experience. Third, seek out support from your family and friends, since having support from others tends to help people ride out difficult times. And finally, don't be afraid to seek out professional help if needed. The Counseling and Testing Center is just one great resource available to students on campus who might be experiencing mood or identity concerns. And finally, The last thing you should prepare for are changes in your mood. You'll likely experience ups and downs as you navigate all of the challenges already discussed, as well as things not already mentioned, like finances, for example. Having ups and downs is a part of life. It can be hard to manage changes in your mood when you have so much going on. Even though ups and downs are a part of life, there are still some things you can do to help yourself get through difficult times. First, strive for balance. It's easy to get hyper-focused on all of the things we need to do, but it's also important to slow down and find time to enjoy life. Making time for yourself in addition to school, work, and all of your other responsibilities will likely lead to a more peaceful and happy life. So, make sure to make time to go to the gym, to catch up on a favorite show, and to go out with your friends. You've worked hard. Treat yourself. Next, be sure to make time for your friends and family. Sometimes we just need to vent. Having someone to talk to and provide support can be a huge help when we're going through something difficult. And finally, if you find that your mood is persistently down or anxious, or that your mood is interfering with things like school, your job, or social relationships, consider seeking professional help. The Counseling and Testing Center offers confidential counseling for all Wichita State students at an affordable rate. For more information about our services, visit us on the web at wichita.edu/counseling-testing or stop by our office in room 320 in Grace Wilkie Hall. Also check out one of our social media platforms for helpful tips on managing a variety of wellness and mental health concerns, as well as to learn about all of the different kinds of events occurring on campus. Should you feel like you could benefit from professional support, please give us a call at 316-978-3440 in order to schedule an appointment with one of our licensed professionals. We hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for listening.